Hey, this is Dylan with CDB Vids, and today I'm going to be introducing you to my 75 Camaro. Right now this 75 Camaro is a blue color with some white stripes on it. We got a aftermarket cowl hood. The guy who previously had this wanted to go for a riveted look, and he just ended up putting bolts in there, which is not the proper way to do that, just so you know. Taking it around my car, we'll start with the tires here. I got 235 60s, 14s on the front and 15s on the back, but 235 60s all the way around. And that's a Cooper Cobra Radial GT. Moving in from the tires, I'll show you kind of the suspension that I have on it. In a previous video that I had, we put Monroe air shocks on it, and I've had the air shocks on for a couple weeks now, and it seems like they're holding air just fine. The shock itself, if you watch the other videos, is down here, connects to a tubes, and if I ran the valve flow into the trunk, I'll kind of show you my setup that I have there. And then this is the air hoses. Comes into this T-mount with the valve stem on the top. Right now they're aired up to about 100 psi. We had them at 120, 110, and it was just real rough riding, so we backed it down, and instantly it rose it up. If you ever seen this car before, I bet it sat down about here. Anytime you hit a bump, tires hit this top fender, and we didn't want that to happen, so we just lifted it up. While we're back here, I'll just, if you can see from the inside, we took the plywood piece out from the top. We're going to put some speakers in here. We got the seats torn out right now. We had a little bit of an issue trying to put those shocks in, couldn't find a bolt, so we just took the seats out, and the seats will stay out until we put the speakers in. There's a tiny hole on the right side that we got to patch. Coming over here, if you notice, these door handles say Camaro on them, and that's original. It's actually a really expensive piece to replace if you ever ended up losing those. I think just this sticker alone is like 80 bucks. The handles itself are expensive too, but as you can see, this is just a project car. We got some rust down here on the bottom. The fenders are kind of rusted out, and eventually over time we'll get this car nice and restored and back to tip-top shape. Coming over here, you can see a flaw that I had. Bought it like this. Actually, the guy who owned it before had a basketball hoop, and it fell down, and the pole hit here, and the rim hit the windshield and shattered it. You know, nothing's perfect on this car yet, but plans on getting it nice and restored, and I'll show you a video of kind of the whole restoration process of it, and a future video of all the mods I want to do to this. Right now I'll show you under the hood, and anybody who has a Camaro knows that the hood is kind of a bitch to get in. This one's bent, so it doesn't open the greatest, but just showing you what's inside here. I just washed it, so the water's dripping off, but we got a 355, and that's not stock, that was put in here with Elderbrock carb on it. That's a 1406 carb. Electric choke. Been having a lot of issues with my electric choke. If anybody else has, it's not tuned right. It's out of whack, but as of right now it runs and drives, so I'm not going to mess with it any further until eventually I'd kind of like to put a Holly on here. But everything else has kind of been stripped out. Heater's been stripped out, AC's been stripped out, just make it a little lighter. I can start it up for you and you guys can hear what it sounds like. Exhaust wise, it's got original true duals on it. Another thing I forgot to mention is this car used to be an automatic, and it was transformed into a 4-speed transmission stick. So I'll start it up for you and you guys can hear it. I guess while I'm in here I can show you the interior. Everything's still original in here. Right now we're working on putting a stock radio in, but the seats are still original. The leather on the top of the car is still original. Some of the gauges don't work, which is normal for this for a car being this old, but I'll start it up for you now. Yeah, so this is my 1975 Camaro. If you like this video and other videos to come, I'll put some more up on the restoration part of it. But we're going to do a few burnout videos and put those on, so feel free to like and subscribe.